guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Well, I have put together a whole bunch of clips that I'm hoping are going to be useful for somebody. We have been having trouble with the Lacunza stove this season. We couldn't get it lighting without the smoke filling the house, and without, did a bird or an animal get stuck in the chimney? Obviously the smoke wasn't going up the flue, and again, I should say we've owned wood stoves, different ones in different houses for over 25 years. We have no problem lighting a stove. We have no trouble figuring out how to clean it out, clean the pipes. Yes, we cleaned the pipe. We checked the pipe. We were both just absolutely baffled. Tried day after day after day, trying to figure out what are we doing wrong. I know I smoked us out a couple times last year when I started using it because I had to clean the cabinets off. But this was different, and we just could not figure out what was wrong. So we looked, and the only thing in the manual is to take these little nuts off here, that little panel, and I don't know why they didn't make it the full width, but they didn't. Wish they had, because you can't really get over to the corner here. But anyway, that's apparently how you're supposed to clean out the bottom. Now I can't show you right now because the stove is going, but we could see sort of underneath, like by the stove pipe, and we could see there was some ash and stuff, so we kind of scraped it out with this flat tool that came with the stove. So we scraped some of that out. It wasn't a huge amount, but we thought, well, there must be some more over here, maybe impeding the flue pipe. And it was getting stiffer and stiffer. So we could feel that there was something there. So anyway, couldn't find any instructions for taking the top off this. Oddly, the only instructions were for taking the saran top off, or lifting it up. I think it hinges, but anyway, nothing about taking the top off this. Sorry, my memory card was full now. So you can see how the smoke is pouring into here. There are no flames. You can see the smoke going past being drawn past the window. So the flames will light if I give it the oxygen, but look at the smoke. You can see the flames start. But look at this. Now, I have to do this about 10 times. Look at it now, and this is coming out here again above the door and under the top. So it needs the oxygen. I understand that. I know how to light a fire. I just don't understand this smoking thing. Look at this. Look at this. It's just awful. I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. I love this stove, and I'm just so frustrated. Now, if I open this vent back up, I'll put the camera up here. If I open this bottom vent, the smoke comes pouring out under the top here and above the door. Now, there's smoke coming out of here too. So if I close this off a bit, now, again, I'll close this bottom vent to stop this smoke from coming in here. I'm just mystified. I don't know. Now look at this mess. So I have to go down here, open the window. Like choking up the smoke. It's just awful. Ugh. Put this fan on. Ugh. I mean, it's like the house is on fire. Ugh. So it starts, you can see up by the lights, it starts drawing the smoke out there, and then it comes into here too. So I have to go open the door here. So as soon as if I get this going, oh, now the smoke is still pouring out of the top because it's not getting enough air. You can see there are some flames in there, but I don't understand why with just some newspaper and dry kindling, this is what I'm using right here, like I said, never had trouble starting a fire in my life. I didn't mention either that there is a vent here. It's open and it goes to the outside. This is a shipping container, by the way, so it is more airtight than most homes. It's spray foam, so the pipe goes out through the wall to the outside, and then there's another one, just like the manual said to do. This one is open too, wide open, and the pipe inside the wall goes to the outside. So we've got the air where we're supposed to have it. Now I can hear that burning a little bit, but this is what I can't deal with. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now again, I've got this vent completely closed, which is totally illogical. I should be able to open that wide up to give the wood the air that it needs. It's actually burning better than today than I thought it would. So it's making a total mess of my nickel bar, total mess of the nickel. I'm a little bit of a clean freak. This is making me very upset. The top of the stove, the enamel is completely coated. I just cleaned this place the other day. I went through with a Swiffer. I used 3 Swiffers just to get the worst of the dust and smoke and charcoal off of everything in the kitchen. The ceilings are going to have to be painted. They've been smoked so many times. They're already discoloring, and the smoke is actually sticking to the knots, the resins in the wood. The lights are filthy. Now, if I open this to even check on it, you can see the smoke pouring out. Now that's sort of going half decent, but to me, both of these vents should be open until the fire is going good. And as soon as I open that, the smoke starts coming out here again. So that was leading to my question about whether these are supposed to be tightened up. Now you can see the flames are going better after I opened that bottom vent. Makes sense, totally logical. But why is the smoke coming out here now? So if I leave the building, okay, the fire's going good, I leave the building, and this just continuously fills up the building with smoke, I come back and I've got a building full of smoke now. The other thing is, once the fire is going really good, well, I can only get a smoky fire. If I even close this halfway, I start getting smoke coming into the room again. Now, when I did the pizza video, I was able to close this completely and get a 550 degrees in the oven to make my pizza. So, now the other thing is the wood. You might question the wood. This stuff is all deadfall that I split with an axe last week. Very, very dry. This is wood that a neighbor gave us a few days ago because they thought, well, maybe the wood was the problem. Didn't make any difference whatsoever what wood I put on the stove. Now I'm going to try putting some of the smaller wood on, because that's what I usually do, is put some small wood on to begin with, like this, to start, to get it going. So I usually put 2 or 3 pieces like that, have them crossed so that the fire can breathe. Leave that open and see if... No, it probably won't do it this time because I'm making a video. I'll see if I can get another couple of small pieces to get this going good. I try and cross it over like that so that... See if I can get one more in there. Like I said, this stuff split really nicely because it's deadfall and it's really dry. So I'm going to leave that in there. See if I can leave the door open at all. I don't think so. Just too much smoke. And now smoke coming in above the door again. What is with the smoke coming in above the door? I don't understand. Why wouldn't the smoke just go up the chimney when I have the flue all the way open? My husband and I have both played with this and played with it, like moving the vents a little open, a little closed, halfway, you name it. And this is actually going not too bad today. So yeah, the fire's not going too bad. So it's still a little hazy up by the lights, but I closed the window and turned the fan off. This has been so frustrating, and I just don't know. I'm actually a little upset because this is actually going quite well compared to what it has been most days. But the problem now is I still can't close the flue, and I still, if I open the door to put any more wood on, you can see how fast we're filling up with smoke here. And it just goes straight to the ceiling, and look at, thankfully I put high gloss paint on the walls. So most of the surfaces, like the tiles and everything, are washable, but the ceiling is flat paint and it will have to be repainted. This here, I mean, this is just gross. That's smoke. So I don't know anything. And I keep forgetting to mention the thermometer never worked on this oven. I have one of those little cheapy things that I sit on the rack, and it's a real pain in the butt. So I need to get the new thermometer for this oven, but that's so minor compared to this issue. Now I would like to add some wood to that now, but it's gonna smoke me out again when I open the door. Now you can see the smoke coming out the top pretty good too, which I really don't think that should be happening. It just makes, none of this makes sense, at least to me. I was always the one that made the fires with the last wood stoves, because I was always the one that got the fire going, no problem. Now you can see there's no flames in there now. They've almost died down. You can see a bit of the coals still, but the flames have died down. So I'm going to open this all the way. As soon as I open that all the way, the smoke starts coming out of the top. So close this back up again. Still coming out. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I'm gonna have to go clear some smoke again. So I'm clearing the smoke out again. I have this door open again to clear this side. This is a 20-foot shipping container, by the way. This one that we're in now is a 40-footer. It has the kitchen, utility room, and the bathroom in it. The other side will have the living room and bathroom in it. So now I have barely any flames at all. Got this almost all the way open. Open it all the way and see if I start getting smoke in here again. To me, I should have that bottom one open too, but I can't do it because so much smoke coming out from under the surface and above the door. That is one of the biggest mysteries of this to me. So you can see there's barely any flames in there. There should be just tons of flames, I think. And the only way for me to give it more air now, and you can see it smoking here again. So I mean, if I go away for half an hour, this alone is going to fill the room with smoke again. And I've already got the window open, so I figure, well, I'll just give it some more air, but look what happens. Look at this. That's just opening the door to add wood or to give it. Now my coals seem to be diminishing a little too much. This is the thing, the coals burn down while all this silliness is going on. And here we go again. The air's moving really good now because I already have the fan on, but then this is going to be full again. I'm so frustrated. Look at this. full again. Just from opening the door to put the poker in there. Now at this point, because the kindling is sort of burning down, I've tried putting, you know, some more pieces of kindling in here to try and get it burning, so I have more embers. But while I'm doing that, I cannot have the door open to do anything without filling the place right full of smoke again. It's just crazy. So I put a bunch more kindling in there with the door open. The smoke is pouring out of here, of course, because I have the door open. And I'm clearing the smoke from the building again. Now this looks like it's going really good. Shouldn't have any problem at all. I'm going to put some of this wood in this time. This is the wood our friends gave us. So this is going good. Nice roaring, crackling fire. I'll close that so it'll stop smoking. And here we are again. Now you can immediately hear it die down because this vent is closed. This one is open. But it makes a difference right away. You can hear it. You can see it. The flames are gone. It just to me makes sense to leave the door open till the fire's going good, and I cannot do that. Again, this is getting completely covered in smoke again. The enamel here is just like chalk. It's not doing too bad, considering it doesn't have that much air to it. Now it's going well enough now that I should be able to at least close this halfway. So if I do close this even half, it starts smoking right away. Now, if I close it all the way, I can't tell if that's smoking or not. Yeah, it's starting to smoke now. I'll open that back up. This is the biggest mystery. This having to be closed because it smokes above the door. So the smoke is coming in right in there, above the stove and underneath the surface. I've almost got the building cleared again. You can still see some smoke by the lights down there. I'm certainly paying for my love of white because nothing's white. It's just covered in soot and ash and dust and grime. This one's cleared not too bad again. So, yeah, this one's not too bad. Close this door again. We live off grid. Like, I have a million things to do. I should be able to come in here and spend 5 minutes lighting the wood stove and be gone and get to work. But this takes me way too much time. And this, I cannot stand to be cold. That's why I like wood stoves. You can see the surface of the windows is completely covered in smoke and grime. It's so upsetting. Now that's actually going pretty good. But every time I open the door to put more wood on, it fills the building with smoke again. So I just went and collected the eggs and came back, and it's not super smoky in here, but it is smoky. Fire's actually going pretty good. But there's still smoke coming somewhere. I opened the oven door because I want it to warm up in here. But I can't see any smoke coming in, but it's definitely smoky in here. So it's just starting to warm up. Now I have to blow the smoke out again. So the fire's actually going pretty good now, even though I don't see a lot of flames. See, it's burning. But now I've got the door cracked, so it's heating up in here. So now I should be able to close the flue. As soon as I do, it starts smoking. So I've got to open the flue back up. I have to remind myself that that's hot. I usually get the oven mitt and do that because I've learned. So maybe I'll try closing it halfway. See what happens there. Yep, it's smoking a bit. I think you can see that on the camera. So I'm going to leave it open a little longer. I mean, if I was getting ready to bake something or whatever, cook something, I can't leave the flue open all day long. I need to get the oven temperature to what I need to bake or cook or whatever. And like I said, I did manage to achieve 550 degrees to make the pizza last year. So I'll leave it a little longer. I put 3 nice pieces of wood on there. It seems to be going pretty good. So I'll come back in a little while after supper. So it's 7 p.m. I managed to come out and stir up the embers. I threw a little extra kindling in again and 4 pieces of wood. It seems to be going good. I closed the flue and it is smoking a bit. So I don't know whether I should. I mean, this fire's been going for hours now. I should be able to close the flue. I'm going to put it halfway and see. Seems to have stopped smoking. Okay, I gotta go do some other stuff. I'll come back and hopefully I'll be able to close the flue. But like I said, if I was wanting to make supper or something or bake something, this would be a nightmare trying to get the oven temperature. And I will have to bring out my little cheapy thermometer because I should be checking the oven temperature too to see what I'm achieving, but I've just been concentrating on not smoking myself out. It's not too bad in here right now. When I came back in, I had some nice embers in there, so I threw some more of this dry stuff in to basically let the air flow underneath the logs that I just put in. So I don't want to touch the bottom vent because it always seems to make this start smoking. But to me, I should be able to keep that open a bit. But I think I was closing it to get the oven temperature up anyway. So I've got this about half closed. I'll come back and see what's happening. So I have a really good fire going now. It's going really well. And I was finally able to close this without it smoking in here. I did try closing that bottom vent, but it started to smoke again. Before closing it, made it stop smoking. Anyway, I'm happy I was able to close this. I brought my little cheapy thermometer in, so now I'm going to see what I managed to get for temperature in here, now that I've got a good fire going. This one goes up, but it just doesn't go nearly to what the temperature actually is. So we'll see how this goes now. It's warm in here, but not that warm. I would like it a lot warmer. So you can see that's going pretty good now. And I was finally able to close this. I closed the door just now to see what I can get for an oven temperature.